Hi good people all around the world, this is Nick from OVA Let's Plays. In today's video we're going to show you a tutorial how to quickly rack up kills with the do it with the copper short sword. This is the mod where you start with the copper short sword and as you get more kills it gets more powerful, the size of the sword gets bigger, the speed, everything. So today I'm going to show you the list of mods that I suggest for this tutorial, which is you're going to want Cheat Sheet, Heroes mod, the Copper Short Sword mod obviously, Fargos, and Fargos Soul, and Max Stack. Now there's two different stacks that you can do. There's Max Stack Extra. This one has a much higher amount, or no, this one has 999. There is this one Max Stacks Plus Plus, but the problem is it's such a crazy high number. It could potentially work, but it has the odds of possibly being more buggy because it's such a much higher number. This stacks up to 9,999. So without further ado, I'll show you how we're going to do this today. Now the cheat sheet is and the heroes mod is for a variety of things. It's to get items that you're going to need, because when you first start out with the copper short sword, it's going to be very weak. Where is it here? Let's see, copper short sword. It currently has 0 kills on it and does 9 damage, right? This is where the Fargo Souls comes in. If you get a Berserker, well, we got one Berserker here already, but we'll get more than one. There we go. So we got more Berserker Souls. Now you could also get OP recipes to get more damage, because when you're first starting out, it's not going to do much damage at all. It's not at all. So the reason why you want the max stack is because you're going to have the Swarm Crown, and if you have the Swarm Crown, it only does 99, which it's going to end quick. This reason why this one works good is because the King Slimes, it shoots out a bunch of more slimes, which also counts as kills. And if you just had the normal one, it would only do 99. But because the max stack, it does 9,999, so it's going to last a lot longer than it normally would, and you're going to rack up kills a lot faster. Now you want God mode on as well. So here we go. Now when you first start out, it's going to take a while because, you know, your sword is weak. It gets easier as you go on. Here we go. Now we got up to 210 kills. After a while it starts to auto fire. You can already tell just how quick this is. And just within minutes, probably like 1 minute, you can already get it to a good damage. We already got it up to 473 damage and 1,218 kills. And the good thing about when you have the max stack on this thing is they just keep going. They just, you know, they don't stop. If you wanted to, you could potentially hold down the mouse button with some tape and then just walk away, make a sandwich, you know. And then like 5 or 10 minutes later, maybe 15 minutes later, eventually it will run out and you will have to restart it again, but it lasts a lot longer with the max stack than it would, but just lasts a lot longer with the 9,999 versus just the 99 amount. So you can really rack this up really quick. Eventually I plan on doing a video using this method to get this up to 1,000,000 kills just to see what happens. At some point the sword just doesn't seem to get any bigger and it just racks up damage, and I think the critical strike chance goes up as well. But as you can tell, it's a lot easier after a while, you know, with the auto click and everything, and you could even just stand still and they'll just come towards you. Like I'm just holding down the mouse button. You can imagine, you know, if you got other stuff to do, you just hold down the mouse button and just with some tape and do whatever you gotta do, mow the lawn or make a sandwich, have some food, you know, watch something on your phone, and come back. And now it does not last forever. It does last a very long time, but I was doing this with the Amulet of Murder with RPG, and that one's a lot easier because you can just set up some summons, and the summons will take them out because any kill counts. It doesn't matter what with the amulet. So that one's kind of easier, but it's still easy. And look, already 7,372. This is without OP. This is with the Berserker on here, but no, like, not even armor on at all. No armor. And just some accessories from Fargos Mutant mod. Not even the pixels from the OP recipes one that boosts up your damage a lot. So that's pretty much it. And that's why I also say you don't really have to do the other max stack one, because it lasts a very long time. So you'd have to check in probably every 15 minutes or so, every 20 minutes or so. With the other max stack, I don't know how long it would last, because it's so much more. I don't know if it would bug out. I suppose we could check that out next, because there's nothing new that's going to happen from this that you can really see a big dramatic difference. This is pretty much it, really. But just within like 5 minutes or so, we've already got it up to like 10,000 kills and 3,000. It's already pretty powerful. So we're gonna exit out. And we're going to try the other max stack. Now, obviously that one did not end, so you can obviously see that it lasted a long time, but we're going to try this one. Now, the other one was 9,999, but this one goes way beyond that. This one was like up to here. It would be 9,999. This goes into like the millions, the billions, I think. It's billion. Yeah, 2 billion. So this one potentially has the chance of lasting practically forever. This one could probably, you hold down the mouse button and it could probably last for an hour or two with this one, or longer maybe. I don't even know. But we're gonna test it out with this and see if it bugs out or anything, does anything weird when you try to do the swarm crown. How many was that? Oh yeah, it's the full amount. I think it looks like it's bugged out. Yeah, it's bugged out. It has too many. Like, it's not showing up at all. So the other one is still the better one. I hadn't tested that out before. So we'll switch it back. Luckily, with the little amount of mods that we have on, it's really quick to reload. Doesn't take that long to reload the mods now. I mean, when you've got like 19 of them, then it takes a while. But so that doesn't work. The swarm one doesn't quite work when it's over that. So now there's this other one. Some people are talking about the Eater of Worlds one, that it summons up a bunch of Eater of Worlds, which sounds good because I think each segment counts as a potential enemy, but the problem with summoning up multiple worm enemies is eventually I think their bodies disappear. Where is it? I'm not used there. There we go. So here we go. See where the segments kind of disappear? I mean, it's not horribly bad. It could still work. Let's see. Okay, so it's right now we're at 100 or 10,966. So let's do this for a little bit and see. I mean, it's still doable for sure. You can still do this, but you notice that some of the body parts are missing. Whether those actually count or not, maybe this might be a faster way to do it. I don't know. But I know the King Slime one works really good. Let's see. That one's got 11,000, so this one works pretty decent too. You could do either of Worlds one. They both work pretty good. I bet this works good standing still too, because both of them work pretty good standing still with just holding the button. I suppose even though the body, not all the segments show, but they're still there anyways. So let's see where we're at now. I mean, it does a good job. It really does. It's working pretty quick. So both options are good options. In fact, I bet you, I didn't think to try this out. I did not think to try this out, but you might be able to do both at the same time even. No, not both at the same time? Darn it. I mean, if you wanted to, you could summon up a bunch. Oh shoot, I forgot to put on God mode. There's no armor. Even with the soul one on, you're still... Oh god. Man, look at all those treasure bags. Nope. Alrighty, so... Oh yeah, I was gonna try to summon them up with, You can summon them up manually, the King Slimes, in addition. I mean, it takes a lot more clicking, as you can probably hear. So you could do those in addition to the... So here we go. Now, another method could be, it's not as quick though. There's this other one you could do, and this is a good mod, and you would think it would work great for this, but unfortunately it doesn't work quite as fast, which is the 300X mod. I was trying that out with the Amulet of Murder RPG, and it just wasn't working that fast. It works good, but not quite as fast as the Swarm Crown one. So we got the 300X mod on right now. I wonder if we got enable enemy spawns. Here we go. You're about to see loads of enemies show up. You're supposed to see loads of enemies show up. I don't know what the problem is. Do I have the world? Yeah, I have this on. World Shaper Soul. That can... Alright, here we go. So right now we're at 13,133. So... Now it is a bunch of slimes, kind of like King Slime. But even with 300 spawn, it's not quite as heavy as the... You can't get quite as many kills as quickly. And I've tried it with the Pumpkin Moon and stuff like that, and I've tried it with different types of invasion enemies. And maybe there's a good combination that would work as good or better than the Swarm Crown method, but so far this, you know, it doesn't rack them up really as quick as you can see. That's the Swarm Crowner. You could do both at the same time. You could have 300X mod and do the Swarm Crown at the same time. Let's see. Forgot to have God mode on again. I'm gonna die. Okay. There we go. There we go. This one's called Worm Chicken. That's the Eater of Worlds. Okay, they're not showing up. Maybe that's because we're not... I don't know. That's weird. Okay, let's look up Swarm Crown instead. I guess with the 300, there's too many enemies on the screen. I don't know what's going on. But that's pretty much the end of the tutorial, guys. That's the quickest way I found to rack up ones. The 300x spawn is a great mod, and it's a fun mod. And if I was doing another playthrough with the copper shortsword, it'd be good for a playthrough. But if you're trying to rack up kills as quick as you can to try to see, it's just not the one to go with. But I hope this was helpful to you guys, and I hope whoever made this mod will make another different version of, you know, like another different weapon or something. Maybe like the Flaileron or the Horseman's Blade or some other weapon that's... The Vampire Knives would be really cool too, but... Or maybe a hook one, where the more hooks you know, the more times you use the hook, the longer the hook gets, and the more hooks that you can use. That'd be cool. But I hope you guys have a good day. Bye, everybody.